Hi guys, and welcome back to our next video. Now here the point of that video is again practical, and here I'm gonna show you a quick demo of one specific tool which basically extends our range of knowledge. And you may ask why there are so many tools and they work quite the same. No, they do not work quite the same, and of course there are differences between the tools. And for example, there is situational engagements where one of the tools cannot do the job, but the other can. So that's why you need to know a wide range of tools. So whenever something fails, you have to immediately switch back and try with the other one, and with the other one, and with the other one, unless you get a success. And that's how the systems work, that's how the security works. We have to know as much things as possible. Therefore, we have to be able to throw as much things as possible as well. So the tool I'm going to talk about today is basically called wifiphisher, and it has more opportunity besides hacking wireless networks. It can even hack Facebook accounts, and it can even inject payloads and so on. So you're going to see that tool in action, and basically it's kind of like a more last resort. I'm going to explain to you why, but without further ado, let's just open that and install the tool using GitHub. So you need to get Git installed on your system. If you don't run Git, open a terminal simply and type apt-get install Git. This is going to install all Git packets for you. See, Git is already the newest version. Now go to navigate wifiphisher download in any browser you want. Therefore, go to GitHub page. Since most open source tools are downloaded from there, so you probably need Git for that. You definitely need Git. So click on, copy the link, open a terminal. I'm gonna navigate to my desktop since it's easier to basically understand and to visualize the folders right there. So here I can go and simply type git clone and specify the URL. So keep in mind that in the terminal the default copy and paste are with Control and Shift and CV, like C for copy, V for paste, and do not actually type Control C because it's gonna terminate any process whatsoever, any process running. So we have wifiphisher folder. Now go to wifiphisher. Let's see what we have there, and we can, for example, cd bin, and there is our script file. So we can go and run the script file using bash commands. Now it's basically, now we need to basically plug in our wireless adapter, which basically can support monitor mode. So be right back in a second. Okay guys, I'm back with my wireless adapter, which actually supports monitor mode. So I can simply plug it to my USB, and now I have config. If I don't see the interface right here, I need to basically manually specify and bring it up. So I can go for I have config that we're on 0 and up. By running that command, we are bringing up the interface, so we have our wireless 0 interface. Here with the network manager, I see the wireless button right here, so I have the wireless adapter. And if I wait a little bit more, I should get the complete list of basically networks right there. Yeah, so now let's just rerun the script and see if there's any errors still. Hope not. Everything seems going fine now, and now it's basically testing and probing co-web networks around me. So here we have our test networks, which is right there, and we're gonna show some of the attacks on that network. So this basically is automatic. This tool, is basically automatically targeting and showing all the available networks around us. So it's doing all the air dump and zip for us. It's doing all the monitor mode stuff for us, so we don't need to manually specify the monitor mode and so on. So you see, you just run the script and it automatically starts, bam. If every error occurs, the script is gonna prompt us with some dependency error. So we need to run the setup script or the install one, or we need to manually install the dependencies. But in our case, we have everything up and running. So just run the script and it automatically sees the networks out there. So now here we can just target the network using the enter key. We have instructions over there. We have escape for quit, up arrow for move up, down for down, and of course enter by default in any Linux system is for continue or select or so on. So click enter. We see we have We have used selected test, and now we are prompted with some kind of a menu about the different attacks that we can implement using that tool. So the first attack is the firmware upgrade page, very similar with the one that we've done with function, but it kind of works a little bit different, and I'm going to explain now why. We have network manager connect. This basically simulates the Windows network manager, which is really great one. We have the Facebook credentials for basically free wireless access, and therefore we have browser plugin update. So basically this can inject some paywalls to a target and so on. So we have 4 attack vectors using that tool. So the first tool, just inspect it out. Now I'm gonna explain why that tool is basically used for last resort, and why basically you should first go for the air get-on, for example, if you want to hack the network with Evil Twin. Because with the air network, or if we do that manually, which I don't recommend, because there are a lot of things and you can mistake a lot of things, the tool is doing that automatically for you. So basically, when we're attacking a network with Evil Twin attack, the air get-on what did? The air get-on basically captured the handshake, and whenever passphrase was passed to it on the phishing page, it was directly interacted with the handshake throughout the real AP. So basically, using that handshake, by gathering the passphrase, using aircrack and the handshake, we were able to try the combination, and we can get the user the input in real time, or the output. So basically, if the user enters a wrong password, we're going to immediately know that the password is wrong, and therefore we're going to prompt the user that the password was wrong, and we cannot let him use the wireless, the internet, or so on. Now that tool, the disadvantage of that tool is that we don't work with handshakes, we don't get any handshakes from the network, and so on. Basically, we are blind, and we are trusting every combination the user gets. Because if the user types something in mistake, the update is still gonna continue, and therefore we're gonna get the wrong passphrase, which is not the case. So this is the disadvantage of the attack. We don't compare the handshake, we don't compare the password from the user with the password from the real password using the handshake. So we're not using aircraft here, but it has some advantages, and the first one is that we can use network manager, which you're gonna see in just like a few minutes. We can go for Facebook attacks, and we can go for payload injection. So we can go for one and see what happens. So 1, enter. You have selected firmware upgrade, and now we need to basically run the tool with force host APD, because it requires a rogue host APD, which is not installed in our system. So in order to run the tool, just run it with force host APD, and before run that, make sure you have installed a host APD. So apt-get install host APD. Yeah, mine is to the newest version, but if you don't have it installed, please run that command and sudo if you're not root. So we can now run the command, run the script with the command force host APD. Now the procedure is going to be quite the same, but now we are forcing the mechanism to be host APD instead of raw host APD, which is basically recommended by the developers of that tool. But with host APD still doing the work, so we don't have to worry about nothing. Now we just need to basically select the test again, select the first option. Now everything should be fine. Starting the fake access point. Now we have running web server, and this is basically the menu of our attack. So whenever you see that menu right here, the attack is going on. So basically now we are attacking. And now if we actually see the wireless out there, we won't get connection, I guess. Now it's the authenticating everyone here. Basically if I open, yeah, I got disconnected. So basically the authentication packet is working. Now my machine is trying to automatically reconnect to that network, but the authentication packets are continue flowing by. So I get the authenticated again here. I don't have connect. Now I have, and the cycle repeats unless I see the test 2, because now the tool configured that way, and I decide to go test 2 and connect because I don't have an internet connection. Now I'm connecting to the fake API right there. We have to wait a little bit to see basically to launch our payload, our web page automatically. So the connection here is quite delayed. So this is one of the disadvantages of that tool. When we are actually accessing the wireless network, the connection is kind of slowed down and not that fast. But here it automatically opened a page which was similar to the one that we used with function. So the page is quite the same. We have firmware upgrade. Now we need to click agree, and now we have to enter the passphrase, which in our case should be basically wrong. So if I go for a wrong one and start upgrade, you see now the update is going on and I still get the password which is wrong one. We have here with WPA password equals wrong one and so on. So basically this attack is not that useful. Well, it depends on Evil Twin. If I'm on real engagement, if I depend on Evil Twin attack, I wouldn't go for that tool. But if just nothing else worked, I'm gonna go for that tool and as my last resort. Now it's time to basically show the next option, which is the network manager, and which I think is more better and more beautiful and has more chance of success. So we're going to basically run that command again with force host APD again to force that mechanism, and now we're gonna select the same target again. Here we are going to basically disconnect from that network and connect to my real one, since now we can, nothing is authenticating us. Yeah, so now I think we have internet connection. So if I ping, let's say google.com, no ping whatsoever. Let's open a page. Maybe I disable the ICMP development firewall. So google.com, yeah, we have connection. Nice. So basically the ICMP is disabled in my firewall. I need to pre-configure that, but we have internet connection. So now click test again, since it's our test network. And now we have network manager option. Click enter. Now it's going to set up everything needed again and starting the HTTP server, HTTPS server, and now we're running the attack again. As we said before, this is the menu for running the attack. We have IP interface, we have the option escape for exit, and we have basically the authentication, that MAC address, and so on. So basically it's the authenticating 3 MAC addresses, 3 devices on that network. It's the authenticating every single one of them. So now we should be basically prompted with no internet access. Now if I go to connect to test 2, let's see what basically happens. And yeah, the connection is just a little bit slower, and that's the main disadvantage, because usually the people do not want to wait, and they do not like to wait. So that's why that tool is gonna be used as last resort. But the third and fourth options are the most interested in, because besides Evil Twin, we can go for Facebook attacks, and we can go for basically injecting payloads. So we have connected right here. Now it was a little bit faster than the previous one. Now we are connected basically to a page where it says there is no internet connection, and we see down to the bottom we have connect, which is very nicely done here. I just need to show that too, because this attack is really nicely done. So basically whenever you connect to a network, it automatically sends you to a page, and when you are basically not a IT person or not an IT user or not an IT specialist, a security specialist, because many IT guys, like developers, they do not care about security and they do not worry about that stuff, you're gonna see that the login of the network manager is similar to the Windows 10 one, which they've recently updated, and it's kind of more like more stretched, but it looks like pretty damn amazing, and it looks like pretty identical. And see, we have no internet connection. I'm not sure that the dinosaur is working right here. No, it's not. But we have the page right here, which is nicely done, and we have the default web page about having no internet access, and we have the network manager which says connect to have internet access. So when we click connect, we are prompted with the password. Click connect. Come on. Yeah, we are prompted with the password, which is password praise, and the password to login or yeah, the password page. And now you can see if I manage to basically if I basically manage to connect to some other network, I'm gonna see the almost the exact same page. The page here is just slightly more widged and stretched out, but it's kind of identical and basically amazingly done. You can see that these are really nicely made tools, that this attack is implemented really nice. The developers really has made a lot of work through this, and basically a lot of guys, a lot of people can be tricked with that attack. And here we need to basically type the passphrase, which again, as I said before, will be not tested in real time. We have no handshake, we cannot throw that password of the AP using aircrack. And now the AP is not accepting any connection since we are authenticating everything, so we cannot connect with our machine whatsoever. So we need to enter passphrases, like save them of course, cut off the attack, and they try manually every single one of them since we do not have aircrack. We can of course write own tools and write scripts that can do that for us, but besides there are attacks that do that automatically in tools, so that's not the case. And now basically we can enter anything here, like I'm gonna enter wrong again, and now click next. Now nothing ever happens right here, but on our machine basically we have wrong again, we have prompted out here. And basically the point of that attack is whenever we are basically visited with some credentials, because we're gonna see only that, we are not ever going to basically see the attacker point of view, because now we're basically simulating two-way attack. This is our attacker's machine, this is our victim's machine, and with the attacker's machine we are seeing just that. We are seeing just that window and we are ready for credentials. And we have to do is basically, whenever we get the credentials like that one, we have to cut down the attack and basically restart our machine as fast as possible whenever we save down the credentials. And why that? Because when we actually, for example, get the credentials and restart our machine when saving them, we are restoring all the services, we are restoring everything as it was. So the guy is gonna disconnect from our fake network, he's gonna connect to his real one, and therefore he's gonna have internet connection. So basically, if we do that fast, we can basically spoof successfully and trick the victim successfully that he has now internet connection from his real network, so which is the case. So basically you see the implementation of that attack is hard, and we have to be really careful, and the chance of success is not that big because maybe the user can mistype the password, and we cannot wait like 5 users to type 5 times everyone their passwords in order to compare and see which is the right one. We have to act fast because we must stay like invisible. And if 5 users are entering that few of the passwords and we are not resetting anything, and the network has still no access, they're gonna get suspicious about it, and they're gonna immediately change the router's password and gonna restart. If they basically notice anything, so basically we have to immediately restart the attack, restart the machine. Basically all the service is gonna restart, and we're gonna save the credentials of course before that. So basically we can, after the reboot, we can try that manually without aircraft to connect to that network. If it was successful, amazing, great, our job is done. If it's not, we can think of another thing like brute forcing or so on, or another attacks or another methods. So this is the first 2 options I wanted to show you. I thank you for watching, and in the next 2 options we're going to continue with the next video, where we're going to explain about the Facebook one and the paywall one, and we're gonna see how they do work. But for now, if you use that too, I highly recommend 2nd and 3rd option. They work quite the best for now. If you're going for fake AP or evil twin attack, better go for Armageddon or manual configuration, but my preference is really Armageddon. And if not, if you want some kind of Facebook credentials and so on, you can go for the attack. And if you want to use the network manager, you can use that attack as well. But as we said, there's no guarantee that you're gonna success. Of course, there's no guarantee with the other tools, but here the chance is slightly reduced because they may mistype the password. So this was today's video about wifiphisher and its first two options. Now in the next video we're gonna continue with the next two options, and I'm gonna explain what they do and how do they work. So I really appreciate you guys for watching, and see you in the next video.